Video about Godwin's law, okay? So, I've been wanting to make this video for a good while, but I just wanted to do it right now. So, ultimately, Godwin's law and why the entire law is total BS comes down to some basic fundamentals. You have to know history first of all. You have to know what the backing of all of this, of what drove the Nazis, what made the Nazis, and if you want to see a very good video, you could find it on YouTube. If you put it in quotations, maybe you could find it. But it's easier to find on Rumble. If you search JFK to 9/11, everything is rich man's trick. It'll be the very top video. It's 3 hours and 38 minutes long, and it has very important information about World War II, why the Nazis were created, and believe it or not, the background story is that what happened in Russia was the Communist People's Party rose up and beheaded all of the royal family in Russia. So they went over there and they're like, we're not taking this shit anymore, and we're gonna just behead you. Like, we're done with, we're not gonna stand for your corruption and shit anymore. They killed all of the royal family, took back the throne, and basically kicked out all royals. And, well, believe it or not, the Russian royal family was related to the British royal family. Okay, so because they're closely connected, they just killed their cousins. They killed their cousins, and now they wanted blood. And so what did they do? They created the economic boom in Germany and brought Hitler to power. And they did so just so they could invade Russia and try to shut down Russia. And that's why do you think Hitler invaded Russia in the middle of the winter? Why do you think that they decided to go there right when it's about to start getting cold in Russia? This was only because Hitler was a pawn. He was a pawn, and they were using him to strike back against communism. All of Nazism was against communism. And if we look at today, if you think that Hitler lost, or that Nazism didn't win in World War II, you don't know what actually happened, because ultimately, when you just look no further than Israel. This is the so-called homeland of all the Jewish people, right? So instead of giving all the Jewish people back their land in Europe, where they were from, where they lived at, where their houses and everything was, and rebuilding their own communities, what did we do after World War II, after the so-called Nazis lost? After they lost, what did we do? We take all the Jews and we convince them to go over to Israel. And we put them in a massive concentration camp out in the middle of the desert that is prone to conflict with the local people. And they've been battling out ever since. And because of that, lots of them have died. Just because of all these conflicts and proxy wars and bullshit. So ultimately, if you think that the Nazis didn't win, I mean, you really need to look no further than that. Because that is basically a massive concentration camp out in the middle of the desert. So it's obvious that the Nazis won. Operation Paperclip, we brought over scientists to work on nuclear projects and stuff here in America. All of that, it's all Nazi scientists. They bring everyone over, and ultimately, you have to remember the ultimate goal of what Nazism was created to destroy. It was created to destroy communism. Nazism was specifically designed to destroy communism. And then what do we have here in America? Who is our biggest, person that we hate the most here in America, that we've been trained by the media to just despise without doing any real background information, without actually looking at the real facts? Russia. And who are they? They're communist, okay? Same thing in China too. We don't like China because they're communist. Well, ultimately, capitalism always takes the cheapest way out, right? It's always going to want the best bang for its buck. Well, what was the best bang for your buck back in the 90s? That was NAFTA. That was shifting all the jobs over across seas to cheap slave labor that you could get over in China. basically super cheap goods. So that's what capitalism did. It took the cheapest way out. That's what capitalism always does. It gets the best bang for its buck. Now, in the future, what will that be? What would be the best bang for the buck? Because all those people, even in China, have to have a salary. They have to get paid. They need money to survive. Okay, they need money to buy food. Well, ultimately, in the end, we'll have the new automation will be robots, and the robots will replace every single one of the people out in the economy. So your value to the economy will be next to nothing. Your only value will be what you can make for yourself, what you can get off your own land. And they're trying to take away your land. They're trying to take away your ability to own land. They want you to rent everything. They want you to just not own shit and be completely dominated. It's all about full spectrum domination. It's a military term, military acronym, FSD. And literally, all of this is about full spectrum domination. They want to make you believe, and they've successfully made you go against communism and pretend like we're the good people over here in America. You know, we have this, just because we have a system that's not killing, you know, tons of its citizens. And, you know, but ultimately, it's the exact same thing as fascism. We are in the exact same type of fucking system. And so Godwin's law just doesn't apply. All that is just like a label for narcissist. You label someone as a narcissist, and that way it's easier for your brain to just think them as crazy or whatever you want to label them as. And then it's much easier for your brain to comprehend that. And so that's why they create these labels, because natural, true-born leaders will be narcissists. The best performing human beings will be narcissistic, you know, quote unquote. But it doesn't mean anything, and that's what they do to all good leaders. Anyone who is in the system, if you stand out and they want to silence you, the best thing that they can do is try to put a label on you of X, Y, or Z. Once they put that label on you, then they can attach that to you, and if they can get you to just be put into just go talk to some person, go talk to a therapist. Well, it'll be a fucking psychiatric facility, and they'll just pump your fucking body full of chemicals and calcify your pineal gland so you have no ability to have real thoughts. You'll just sit there with your fluoride, brushing your teeth with your fluoride every day. And it just totally calcifies your brain, makes you just believe whatever the system tells you to believe without a single question or doubt in your mind. And that's what it's all about. And then if they can get you to go to one of these hospitals, then they got you in their facility, and now you're no longer an issue, because now you're not out in the public anymore. And now you've been labeled as X, Y, or Z. And now that they had you labeled as X, Y, or Z, no one's going to listen to you, because that's what they want to do. And that's the ultimate goal for them is, and that's typical government. That's typical government, is to try to get people to go who are powerful, who they know are powerful, get them to be put into psychiatric facilities, or, you know, whatever they could do. That's exactly their goal. That's just straight out of the book of this shit. So Godwin's law is total bullshit, and don't believe it. It's just because our entire system is based off of Nazis. Of course we're going to get back to Nazis. If you don't bring it back to Nazis, you're not speaking the truth. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you're new to this channel, you should subscribe and hit the all notifications button. Otherwise, you'll never see this channel again, because they'll show you when I make dumb videos that you won't be interested in. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you have a glorious, magnificent, wonderful, beautiful, awesome, amazing, incredible day and existence on this planet, and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. I love you all, and talk to you later. Bye.